Let's get straight to the story. I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill palette, Bling Boss, and I'm gonna be using the shade Hush Hush Hush. This happened recently and I was home alone and my mom wasn't home. She went to go drop off the girls to school, and usually when she does that, she stays at my grandma's house because she waits for them to get out of school. And Ray, he was working at the time. I was busy deep cleaning my room at that time. Once I was done, I went to go take a shower. Then while I was taking a shower, I ended up getting a call from Ray, and he told me like, hey babe, I'm on my way home. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay babe, like I'm in the shower right now, but I'll see you when you get here. And he's like, okay. So we hung up. I was done taking a shower. I was drying my hair and I hear footsteps like in the hallway. And I'm like, oh, okay, like I thought, okay, cool, like Ray's already home. Like, okay, no, it was Ray's home. So when I open the door, I hear someone say something to me. They say something like, literally like they said something to me, like I heard it right here. I ignore that part, but I'm like, okay, maybe since I heard footsteps, maybe Ray already got home. So I go to the room and I don't see anything. So I'm like, okay. So I text Ray and I'm like, are you here yet? He's like, no. He goes, I'm still like in traffic. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, because I heard footsteps. And I'm like, and then I heard a voice and he was just like, hola, like he was just, you know, kind of making fun of it because Ray doesn't believe in that stuff. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, get home already. So he's like, okay guys, so I want to share with you guys something that happened to me today and I just remembered. So pretty much I woke up early today. I woke up like around 10:30. I went to go make myself breakfast and I came up here and I started watching the show called Supernatural. Guys, if you guys all like all of that supernatural stuff, I recommend. Okay, so I was done eating and then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go brush my teeth. Like I'm already done, let me go brush my teeth. So I go in and brush my teeth, and after done, I'm coming out of the restroom and then I hear in this room that I'm in right now, I heard like someone, like they grabbed some stuff. They were like, let me see, I'm gonna try mimicking the noise. That's what I heard. And I'm like, So I thought my little sister stayed here because my mom went out of town. They went to Eagle Pass because my other sister had a baseball game. Oh, okay, my little sister probably stayed here. So I'm like, okay, but I come in and I see nobody, and Ray, he's working, so he wasn't home. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. I ignore it. I go back to my room and I start watching Supernatural again. And then in the restroom, I hear someone in there doing like grabbing some stuff, and I'm like, I pause the show and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm freaking out, guys, because I'm by myself at this point, and Ray came out a little bit late, so the entire time I was just, you know, in my pants. And then it stopped all of a sudden, like the noise stopped. I don't hear anything anymore, and like it's like if the ghost said, you know what, I'm gonna move on, like whatever. So that's what happened to me today. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm so used to hearing things and seeing things that I don't get scared anymore. Like even for my mom, like there's times where we're together having a conversation and literally we end up hearing like stuff in her room, like someone's grabbing like a trash bag and they're moving stuff, and we just look at each other and we're like, you know what I mean? But we're so used to it that we don't make a big fuss about it anymore. So this other story, this happened like way back when me and my brother were like teenagers. My family from Houston had got here to Laredo because they came to visit, and me and my brother Joshua, we were inside my grandma's house. So me and my brother were inside and we were taking pictures because we had downloaded an app of like a zombie app where you can snap a picture and then you can edit like zombies there. And we thought it was so cool. Back then we had an iPad, so we were using that. And my family were in the backyard, like everybody was outside in the backyard. Me and my older brother, we were inside taking pictures because we wanted to do that zombie stuff, right? Literally, guys, like I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when we were snapping pictures, we end up snapping a picture of La Muerte. I say it was her because in the picture, she's like holding the lamppost and you can see like the hooded thing. And me and my brother were like, yo, because we were going back looking at the pictures, and me and my brother, we were like, we weren't scared, but we were like dude, like this is hot. And when I looked, I was like, that looks like the Green Reaper, like that looks like the La Muerte, right? So we went outside and we showed everybody. We showed my whole family, and they're like, oh my god. Everybody were saying, what we're saying, oh, like I see an angel, and oh, I see La Muerte. That happened to me and my brother, and guys, it was super freaky. Like, it was weird because to me it did look like the Green Reaper, just because when we snapped a picture, there was a lamppost there, and it was like if she was holding it and she had that rope that she wears. So I have another story to tell you guys. So back then we used to live at my grandma's house, and back then my grandma used to have cameras inside her house, and that camera would face the kitchen. And my grandma has a little cuartito, so it's the kitchen, right? This is like where you cook and stuff, and over here is the dining table, and over here there's like another extra room. It's not a room, but it's like it's the wash and dryer's room. And back then when my grandma used to have a camera, we used to look in the camera all the time just to see if we would catch something. So one night that we ended up doing that, we ended up seeing a little boy, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, a little boy, like he was crouched and he was like covering himself like this in the corner of that door, and we were freaking out. And if I'm not mistaken, like I think we did take a picture, but obviously I don't have it because it was a long time ago. But that's something that we saw and caught, and we were like, you know, like hell no. So imagine, guys, my grandma's house, guys, is actually very haunted. Supposedly back then, all of that where she lives, back then all of that neighborhood used to be a cemetery. So you can already imagine why things okay, guys happen. So I'm just gonna finish my entire look, and then I'm gonna read you guys some quick scary stories that I got off from the internet. I saw that people did like those, and so I'm gonna just finish the look real quick and then go ahead and internet. So this story is called The Clown Statue. It says, a young teen is babysitting for a family that is very, very wealthy, in a large mansion filled with huge numbers of rooms, antiques and more. Strangely though, the father mentions to the girl that once the children are put to sleep, the girl could only go to the basement and wasn't allowed to spend her time in the other rooms. In this basement, she was allowed to do whatever she wanted. Once the children were put to bed, she goes down the basement. She then quickly noticed a clown statue in the corner of the room. It appears to be staring at her. She continues to watch her show, but can't shake the feeling that the statue is following her around the room with its eyes. Oh! She puts a blanket over the statue to make herself feel more comfortable. Then telephones the father to ask him if she can move to another room because she's freaked out by the clown. Quote unquote, the father said, "You need to leave now. We don't own a clown statue. The children have been telling me they've seen a clown in the room at the middle of the night. But I thought they only had nightmares." The babysitter hangs up the phone, terrified. She turns around, but the statue is gone, leaving behind only the blanket on the floor. Guys, imagine. Anyway, my loves, this is the last story that I'll be reading for you guys. If you guys want to share your ghost story experiences, make sure to email me or send me a message through TikTok and send me scary TikToks so I can react to them on my next video. Feel free guys to DM me through Instagram so you can also share your stories there. But if you guys are more than welcome to share your stories with me. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Christine. Every Tuesday I do ghost stories and makeup. Make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, and turn on the bell notification so you guys can get notified for every time I post. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.